We talked to Roger and Mike Fisher, formerly of Heart, about the origins of that band, or the beginning, certain stages of that band, and how it got cemented. I'm John Beaudin from Rocky Street Music. A lot of it is about a boy, Mike Fisher, who didn't want to be drafted and moved to Vancouver, and a few kind of followed him. We talk about the early days of Heart with Mike and Roger Fisher.
Vancouver was a refuge when I discovered that my lawyer's office was tapped by the government, and I had no attorney-client privilege in the case that they had brought against me. I was kind of blown away because that's really not right.
How old were you?
God, 21, maybe?
Yeah.
Roughly. And so Vancouver was a refuge for me. And it was really heartbreaking to have to leave the band that we had at the time, which I guess it was called Whiteheart at that moment.
Yeah.
And leave my family and go up there and be basically an illegal alien, with no status. Well, I was alone.
Okay.
I didn't know who Ann was at that point.
Okay.
So, yeah, I had to kind of start from below scratch and create a life. And so it's a long story. But anyway, as it turned out, I got injured on a job and had some time off. And so I went back, and Roger had a band called Hocus Pocus that was playing in Bellingham just across the border. And I went and saw him, and I met Ann, and it was love at first sight. And she didn't last much longer with that band. She quit, and she moved up to Canada with me. I was going to college then, and we had a real blissful life in West Vancouver in an idyllic setting for many months until I got the bug to create a band with Roger and Ann, basically, and convince them to come up and create a band. And that's what we did. We created this band, and then we thought, what are we going to call it? And Roger wanted to call it Heart, and I thought that was a good name, and we had to argue with Ann about it, but eventually we decided Heart's going to be the name, and that's what it was. It became Heart.
Well, he was born on February 14th. I mean, come on.
Yeah, perfect, isn't it?
Nancy was not part of it at that point?
Nancy was an aspiring solo musician going to the university and kind of doing what her parents had in mind for her, following the path that they thought was best. And she came up to visit Ann, and so they were sitting there on the couch and started playing and singing together, and it was so great. We instantly knew we had to get Nancy in the band too. It was just the beautiful vocal blend of those two girls.
And when I first started working with Ann, I didn't have a car, and we had their mom, Lou, come and pick me up. And we went to the Wilson house, and I met her parents and had a little talk, and then Ann and I went up to Ann's bedroom to work on music. On the way up the stairs, I saw a photograph of this girl, and it was her little sister, Nancy. And as soon as I saw that photograph, it was like the earth changed colors, and the universe became a different place, and the sun shone with a new radiance. And I was absolutely just head over heels in love with her. And so when she did move up to Vancouver, well, they both kind of looked down on me because I was a real playboy. I loved spending time with females, and they both kind of looked down on that. And so I wasn't their favorite person in the world for that reason. But they both appreciated my musicianship. But after a while, I was living with a luthier up there because I was learning how to make guitars. And Nancy came in one night and met him and saw the work we were doing. And then as I walked her back out to her car, we kissed. And that was the beginning of us being together. And, you know, we were together for 4 years, and it was an incredible time. I learned a lot from them. And some of the things that took place were just so magical.
Yeah.
There's not necessarily an explanation or logical way to wrap your head around what transpired, but we had some great times.
We'll have more from Mike and Roger Fisher coming up next week. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. And buy a t-shirt, please. Help support our channel. Helps us pay our editors who edit these videos. We can get them out to you a lot faster with some t-shirt sales. We got to pay them, right? I'm John Beaudin from Rocky Street Music.